There are seasons when God seems silent, when the world grows loud, and the voice of truth is faint. But in every generation, God raises one who listens, who hears his whisper in the stillness. Samuel was that voice. A young boy who learned to say, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." The faith of Samuel reminds us, God still speaks. The question is, are we listening? Called in the night. In a time when the word of the Lord was rare, Samuel served faithfully in the temple under Eli. He didn't chase a spotlight. He wasn't seeking power. He was simply available. And that's when God called him. The call of God doesn't always come in fire or thunder. Sometimes it's a whisper in the quiet. Faith begins where obedience starts. When we respond, even if we don't fully understand. When Samuel said, "Speak, Lord," he positioned himself not just to hear, but to obey. That's where true faith begins. In surrender, faithful in small things. Before Samuel became a prophet to nations, he swept the temple floors. Before he heard God's voice clearly, he served quietly. Faith that moves mountains often begins with faithfulness in small things. Luke 16:10 says, "He who is faithful in little will be faithful in much." If you're in a hidden season, don't despise it. That's your training ground. Samuel didn't rush the process. He grew in the presence of God, and so will you, standing for God. As Samuel grew, Israel drifted. The people demanded a king, rejecting God's direct rule. But Samuel stood firm, reminding them, "Do not turn aside after empty things that cannot profit or deliver." Even when the crowd turned away, Samuel stayed true to God's voice. That's faith, standing for truth even when you stand alone. Today, God is still looking for Samuels. People who will speak truth in love, pray with power, and stay faithful when others compromise. Your faith will always be tested, but your obedience will always be rewarded. A man of prayer, Samuel's greatest strength wasn't his influence, it was his intercession. He said, "Far be it from me that I should sin against the Lord by ceasing to pray for you." Faith without prayer is powerless. Samuel's life teaches us that praying people shape nations. He prayed for kings, for Israel's repentance, for God's mercy, and God answered. Jeremiah 15 verse 1 even mentions Samuel among the greatest intercessors, because heaven responds to faith expressed through prayer. Never underestimate the power of your prayers. You may not see it immediately, but heaven is moving because of your faith. Hearing God today, Samuel lived under the old covenant, and today we have something even greater. Through Jesus Christ, the same Spirit who spoke to Samuel now lives in us. John 10 verse 27 says, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." You can hear him. You can walk in his will. You can discern his leading every single day. Faith isn't just believing that God exists. It's trusting that he is speaking, guiding, and walking with you right now. When the world grows noisy, go back to Samuel's posture. "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening." That one sentence can change your destiny. Today, rise like Samuel. Be faithful in small things. Listen for God's whisper. Stand firm when others fall. Pray without ceasing. And speak only what he says. You may not see everything yet, but walk by faith, not by sight. God will honor your obedience just like he did with Samuel. The same God who called Samuel in the night is calling you right now. Type in the comments, "Speak, Lord, I'm listening." And share this with someone who's waiting for direction from God, because their calling may begin today.